Assalamualaikum puan. My name is Siti Nuralia binti Amran and my matrix number 10 DPM 20F 2027. Adidas is a well-known brand that is recognized by the majority of people worldwide. Adidas advanced from country to country that face cultural issues as a result of the positive response in international marketplace. Adidas has a very powerful and systematic business approach.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nuralia binti Amran. My matrix number is 10 DPM 20F 2007. Now, I want to continue introduction. First, Adidas is a multinational company founded in 1948. Adidas is specialized in design and production of sportswear and accessories. The company also manufactures bags, shirts, watch, sport socks, and others. Its sportswear is also considered to be number one sportswear manufactured in Germany and Europe. Dassler's goal is to help each individual realize their dreams. Adolf Dassler was the first entrepreneur to use sport promotion to make people aware of this innovation. Dassler used the famous athlete for promote his product. Today, Adidas is backed by the most outstanding business strategies, and the company also become among the largest player in sportswear industry.
I will explain the background of the Adidas company first. Adidas is a German company that manufactures footwear. The founder of Adidas is Adolf Dassler. Adidas is derived from the founder's name, which stands for Adi from Adolf and Das from Dassler. In Herzogenaurach, Nuremberg, Germany, Adidas began manufacturing shoes in the 1920s. Adidas has long been associated with sports in all of its forms. Adidas has been developing shoes, sportswear, and sporting accessories with art value in each of its goods for over 8 years. Adidas has now globalized and dominated the sports goods sector with a diverse portfolio available all over the world. Adidas' approach is straightforward: to continually build its brand and improve the product's competitive position. Adidas has a global corporate headquarters in Germany, as well as office in Portland, Oregon, Hong Kong, Toronto, Taiwan, England, Japan, Australia, and Spain. Provide a number of accessories that are not directly related to sporting activities, such as deodorant, men's perfume, toiletries, watches, glasses, purses, and other body care goods. The German national speaks football team was declared world champion using Adidas shoes. Adidas is a German sporting products manufacturer. Hong Kong is one of Germany's host nation, and Adidas worldwide sourcing headquarters. The company controls a network of suppliers from 30 countries. Hong Kong serves as a link in a global supply chain that connects product to consumer. The country excels in transforming innovative concepts into high-quality sporting goods for athletes. Culture challenge of Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a Chinese special administrative region that is an inseparable part of the country. Adidas entered China 1997 and the second largest sportswear brand in the country. Adidas retail net sales will distribute globally, with China accounting for 22% of total since 2021. Operating in competitive environment with more than 10 international brands and 80,000 branded retailers vying for the attention of 1.3 billion people. Hong Kong is difficult to access by a market with well-known brands, but China values consumer-focused companies. Spain, the second highest number of UNESCO World Heritage Site in the world. February 7, 2011, Adidas and the Spanish Football Federation proudly announced their sponsorship agreement. Adidas is known as, which translates to Association of Idiots Ready to Succeed. Cultural challenge of Spain. Adidas face a cultural difficulty because the country has a dual-level market problem, which is high-level structural unemployment and a low-wage economy. Many workers in Spain work on temporary contracts. Furthermore, their survival is threatened by the comparatively low new output level.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Adidas binti Amran. My matric number is 10 DPM 20F 2039. After that is Malaysian. Malaysian have a common love for sport. Relationship and harmony are important to Malaysian. They will avoid saying no directly to avoid conflict. Malaysian also value the fashion world, especially nowadays, so much so that Malaysian are called on trend and Malaysian love viral things. Adidas has opted to expand its product line in the maintain. According to Adidas, in addition to core running, training, athlete shoe, football and style categories, the stock now also sell items for men and women in tennis, golf and water sport.
International company involve women and culture challenge from the Australia country are Adidas Australia is cultural awareness. Their product use 100% suitable cotton with better cotton. They very committed in environment. The Adidas goals is to achieve climate neutrality. The Australian nation value the environment very much, and their goal is to preserve its future achievement. Adidas went to increase the environmental impact in cotton industry. The purpose to reduce consumption, water and the use of pesticides in cotton plantation.
Selamat sejahtera puan, nama saya Mariana, anak perempuan Marianas, nombor matrik 10 DPM 20F 2062. Adidas in Singapore was founded on 27 January 1994. It is a private company. Their involvement in this business is wholesale sporting goods and equipment, which includes bicycle and healthcare equipment. Furthermore, Adidas Singapore has a sustainability wall where they use sustainable products 6 out of 10 of goods with the goal of increasing. Other than that, Adidas in Singapore face challenge like culture compatible, where they doesn't understand the culture of foreign country. For example, they did not fulfill Indonesian's requirement where they are labeled a shadow property in the new collection of shoes. produced in collaboration of artists from across Southeast Asia.
First, language. We must understand and study Hong Kong's language culture in order to reach the foreign market. Hong Kong is a melting pot of cultures. Cantonese and English are Hong Kong's official language. English is widely utilized while Confucianism has a strong hold in Hong Kong. Second, sign and symbols. Hong Kong citizens are raised in a materialistic culture that values fashion and rich. As a result, Hong Kong's market for high-end fashion, including the best and most well-known designer labels, is expanding as it is a vital status symbol for the city. Majority of Hong Kong residents put in long hours since their social standing is determined by their financial and educational achievement. Hong Kong residents more concerned about product quality than price, as money is not the most significant element in their shopping decision. They prefer quality and value innovative items.
Foundation concept of culture to enter a foreign market in Adidas Malaysia is manners and custom, such as meeting and greeting. Greeting in a social context will depend upon the ethnicity of the person you are meeting. Malay women can of course shake hands with women. Men may also not shake hands with women and may bow instead while placing their hand off their hip. The Chinese handshake is light and may be rather prolonged. Men and women may shake hands, although the woman must extend her hand first. Many other Chinese lower their eyes during the greeting as a sign of respect. Indians shake hands with members of the same sex when being introduced to someone of the opposite sex. Nodding the head and smiling is usually sufficient. Adidas in Malaysia produce long and short sleeve sport shirt for Malay women who wear long sleeve when playing sports. Also short sleeve clothes for men or non-Muslim. Spain language is deeply linked to identity in Spain as it is one of the most obvious indicators as to which region people live in. Spanish speak a local dialect at home or in daily life and business. It is estimated that between 11% and 28% of the population speak a local language as their first language. Adidas retained the service of international advertising firm and employ promotional tactics such as advertise the television, commission and guerrilla marketing. Other factors discuss the Spanish market such as stable political structure, a dominant business structure, growing economic condition, high growth potential, positive demographic trend, innovative business retail culture and niche opportunities within the retail structure. Provide a strong foundation for Adidas' use of the pull strategy.
The basic concept of culture to enter a foreign market used by the Australia state is the culture of the Adidas company in Australia is religious because of their population. Australia is the second largest Muslims in Australia. We choose to the top religions foundation culture because of Australia has many Muslims and Australia is also a country that loves sports. Because of that, Australia has released a product called Adidas Sport Hijab. Even women athletes also have most important position in the field of wear. That is well-known Muslim women athletes also have limitation in athletic in terms of proper dress to Islamic law. But in this way, it does not prevent Muslim athletes from exercising and playing sport.
Foundation concept of culture to enter foreign country, which Adidas Singapore takes is Adidas Singapore. They research concerning primary and secondary data. For the love of sports, Adidas in Singapore has a sport-specific culture embedded in everything about the company. For instance, the Adidas in Singapore is very particular when it comes to a specific showcase for each category of sports, such as shoes for men, for women, for children, and adults.
Entry moves of Hong Kong. In the early 1990s, Adidas used agent to enter the Chinese market, and 1993, China had become the company's main manufacturing location. Adidas does not have a physical presence in China. Adidas has relied on franchise to sell its product. A franchise is a specific form of licensing in which the franchisor Germany not only distributes intangible property to the franchise Hong Kong, China, but also certifies that the franchisee agrees to follow strict Adidas operating guidelines. Strategies of Hong Kong. Adidas has a competitive strategy that includes both product and pricing. Adidas is attempting to expand into the low-end market by enhancing both product and price in order to provide a better experience for customers than simply competing on price. Adidas also engaged in sponsorship methods such as sponsoring sporting events and activities.
Of entry, Adidas Malaysia use exporting. Adidas make its product and service available to Malaysian through a variety of channels. Adidas Malaysia, according to Lee Kian Seong, is a completely owned subsidiary of the Adidas firm in Germany, which own the brand Adidas, Reebok, TaylorMade, Rockport, and Edgeworth. Adidas Malaysia employ over 140 people and account for around 25% of the company operation in Southeast Asia. Adidas entered the Malaysian market by exporting to Malaysian retail store. Adidas proudly announced the opening of the first Adidas brand center in Malaysia, marking a significant step forward in the brand anticipate growth in Southeast Asia.
Adidas foreign market entry into Australia is from licensing. In Australia, Adidas has 3 registered trademark lines for blazed shorts, side of sport boots and shoes, and more elongated pattern along outside sleeve and jackets, and also alongside of shirts, pants and shorts. The current economic situation will determine whether the business charge a higher license fee or charge a lower fee. Adidas also use franchise as one way of licensing.
The mode of entry that Adidas company in Singapore use is franchising. This Adidas company is one of the franchisee of the Adidas company in Germany. They have the rights to use its brand name and to sell its products or services. The strategy that Adidas company in Singapore use is increase brand credibility, elevating the experience for its consumer. As Adidas brand is leading position, so they should retain the leading position by creating innovative concepts.
Individualism against collectivism is Hofstede's dimensional culture in the Adidas company. This is the nature of an organization, tasks and work activities. Individualistic society focus on self-interest, and competition is a term used by the majority of employees who compete with one another and execute relatively difficult jobs to attain common goals. This approach is frequently used to encourage employees and improve their overall performance. When the well-known Adidas company thrived in Germany, this independence was exemplified. And collectivism. In terms of collectivism, this refers to the potential in a position when there is a collaborative nature to work with a team or group in order to fulfill the Adidas company long-term aims. This is because in terms of collectivistic culture, the people of Hong Kong, China consider it good if they are generous, helpful to one another, trustworthy, and concerned in meeting other needs. When Adidas moved to Hong Kong, China, for example, the organization established a sense of cooperation and teamwork. Hong Kongers feel obligated to aid their close friends as this pertains to their obligatory with like caring for their family and relatives. Furthermore, Adidas respect its employees' private as well as their personal life, and the firm will not interfere with their privacy, but will provide privacy service and offer aid if necessary.
Malaysia use power distance. Power distance is defined as the extent to which member of less powerful institution and organization in a country expect and accept that power is uniquely distributed. Malaysia score very high on this dimension, score of 100, which means that people accept a hierarchical order in which everybody has a place and which need no future justification. Adidas has a filter organizational hierarchy. The filter organizational hierarchy allow more visibility and easier access to management.
How does the state of Australia handle the cultural dimension of hosted in the international company? We choose often individualism versus collectivism. The country Australia scored higher than 90 on the dimension, while for the country Germany, it scored 67 is a truly individualistic society. Australia, community where their expectations are people only take care of themselves and their immediate family. However, in Germany, they only focus on small families such as child parents relationship rather than auntie and uncles. In terms of the work in Australia, the recruitment and promotion is decision based on merit or evidence that has been done or can be done by person. From Germany, their belief are very strongly opposed to self-idealization. Their loyalty is based on personal priority to the people as well as a sense of duty and responsibility.
Ways to handle Hofstede culture dimension, which is Singapore Adidas high in uncertainty avoidance. We know that Singapore is a fine country where they will find for everything. So through this international business, they might make some mistakes from the home country or from Singapore itself, but they should not find them for everything as it will affect the business. Germany is also in the category of uncertainty avoidance, where they are not comfortable with risk, but when it comes to international business, they have to make decisions faster to smoothen the business. Lastly, in Spain, their highest score in collectivism, where they prefer to work in teams. This is common in Adidas in Spain.
Adidas companies that are prepared to strive harder to obtain the best may transcend cultural gaps. In order to boost the company's foreign image, we need to focus on communication and strengthen strategy in my opinion. To avoid violating laws, customs and misunderstanding when Adidas devised a strategy to gain a foothold in the Chinese market, Adidas must strive to learn Hong Kong culture in terms of communication, custom and taboos, and not only do research on its culture but also add knowledge, such as participating in any Hong Kong language class.
The recommendation is Adidas business entry strategy needs to be very cautious and similar to the strategy used before by them in Malaysian market. Adidas Malaysia needs to have contingency plans in case of failure of the current strategy adopted by the company and also needs to carefully consider the promotional tools.
Our proposal to address different international business for the country of Australia is the Adidas company should be maintain the nature of love nature, because in Australia they are very fond of this nature. And the second, when Adidas can know more about nature, there will probably be many more good and nice products that can be made in Australia. It can also be able to give birth to every society to love nature.
Recommendation to handle the differences in international business is, in my opinion, companies that are involved in the international business should know about the country's culture itself. For example, Singapore Adidas should know Germany's first language. If English is not their first language, then they should remember to slow down and speak clearly. avoid slang that they might not understand.
The recommendation about Adidas in Spain. The country is attractive to tourists. The company should make sure that the language barrier is not a significant challenge. Employ multilingual manager who know the most widely spoken language such as English, French, and Russian. Adidas should not stop at expanding its influence in the Spain sport market and follow the plan of opening more brand stores, which should be located not only the shopping mall but also in separate building. The Adidas company should focus on maintaining high level of employees' motivation because these are the employees who put up the successful future and attract customers.
Last but not the least, the conclusion. In conclusion, we can see that culture in each country plays an important role in the international business. This is because it guides in decision making, values, thinking, the patterns, and behavior in the business world. For example, Adidas from Germany has understood people's behavior from the host country, such as from Malaysia, Singapore, Spain, and Australia. This allowed Adidas to thrive and accepted by the public. Each culture has its own understanding of ethical behavior, and different cultural standards may apply in the international business. Another important aspect to consider is expanding to a different country is the language, the local expression, and the way they express themselves.